Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Turn this up a little bit. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good week. Happy Thursday. Hello. Happy Thursday, guys. So, I want to start this off a little different today. I had some news come through today. So I'll be dedicating this to my dad. He ended up passing away early this morning, and it's a sad thing, right? It's a sad thing. Um, we didn't have like the greatest relationship or anything like that. He was kind of in and out of my life. I knew him. Um, but as a kid growing up, going through the different emotions and questions, you feel certain types of ways. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? Our parents are humans too. They're still trying to find their way, regardless of how long it may take. I can't hold that against him. He's my father. Um, and let's just say I forgave him. I forgave him. And I feel like that's one of the most important things that we as humans can do. Well, not the most, but one of the most important things we can do for one another is to forgive. So, um, RP Pops. RP. And you're probably like, well, why are you on here? Take your time. I process things a little bit differently. So I'm okay. Thank you for your concern, but I just process things different. And today's been kind of moving like a fast paced day, so I haven't even really been able to calm down really, to like just stop and just think about it. Tomorrow I'll have time to kind of be by myself and again process my emotions and things of that nature. And yeah, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Right, but of course I'll miss him. Of course I love him. That's just what it is. So RP Pops. That's what's on the flow for the right now. Um, the time for this every Thursday. I'm not saying it's impossible for me to keep up with it. However, with it still being light outside for longer, my son wants to be out longer. And I have to kind of rush for bath time, meal time, bedtime. So we'll see how long I can keep this up. I might have to start pre-recording these sessions. I'm not really sure just yet. Want to see, what happens and how I go, but we shall see. I mean, I watched the replays anyway, so you know what I'm saying. Ain't too much of a difference right there. But yeah. So that might be something that might change coming up pretty soon because we're definitely outside. We've been outside all week, and just enjoying ourselves. So who knows? We'll see. All right. I'm waiting because I feel like I'm hearing footsteps, and if I'm hearing footsteps, my dog is gonna go crazy, and I hate that. Okay. So last week we read Think and Grow Rich, the first chapter. This is a book again I keep hearing about, raving about. It's really good. It's really helpful when you're starting your business, or you become an entrepreneur, all that good stuff. And so the first chapter talked about desire and having a burning desire to reach your ultimate goal. And so we're in chapter two. Chapter two is long. Chapter three is long as well. But I'm going to go into more detail with chapter 2 as opposed to chapter 3. And chapter 3 is more about faith, and it gets very complex and complicated. And I really want you all to read that for yourselves, right? I really want you all, when you get time and get a chance, to really read chapter 3 by yourself so you can understand a little bit more clearly. Okay, I'm not going to even go into it for a long time. I'm just not. But I want you all to read that by yourself for yourselves and get a better understanding. Okay. So chapter 2, the author talks about desire again. But it was a part in here where he was like, cut off sources of retreat. Yes, baby. Are you eating? Please eat. Still on mommy duty. Cutting off sources of retreat. And I'm gonna try to remember to put stuff in this chat box so I'll have a little reference point. Hold on. It's hard for me to talk and well, it's hard for me to multitask. Okay, cutting off sources of retreat. So basically, once you get to a certain point, you can't go back. You know, it's more about, oh, get out of my comfort zone. You gotta be so far removed that you can't even go back to it. Like, ugh, like it makes you sick almost. Like there's no going back. You have to distance yourself from the past, from, I use myself for example, of course. I have to remove myself from laziness, procrastination, TV. That's a big thing. Movies, games. I play a couple games on my phone. You know, I have to remove myself from these things in order to get ahead. Okay, so they are no longer distractions. And you see, I got something on TV right now. But seriously, when you want something so bad, you have to cut off what you're comfortable with. And we hear it a lot, especially as new entrepreneurs, business people. You have to, get out of your comfort zone. But it's always easier said than done because most of us we don't have discipline. Most of us don't. And I'll just say that. I don't have a lot of discipline. I can get there, but I think for me to be disciplined, something, dramatic or drastic has to happen. It's unfortunate that something drastic has to happen, but that's one of the ways that I can actually grow or move forward, right? So, cutting off sources of retreat. What would you have to give up in order to have what you want? I'm going to put in the chat. What would you give up in order to have what you want? And just think about it. What's that? What can you sacrifice in order to grow? In order to get whatever you want? What would you give up? And be realistic about it as well. Okay, so this next, further along in chapter 2, the author goes into 5 things, 5 principles, right, to get closer to your ultimate goal. Number 1, I keep doing that. Definiteness. Am I spelling that right? No, I'm not. Definiteness. 2. So when it comes to writing notes, I write how, like, yeah, these are literally my notes. And so I'm trying to interpret them, and it's like, okay. Definiteness, give up for that amount of money. I don't think I wrote that right. Give up for that amount of money. I don't think I wrote that right. I think number 2 was like, okay, so definiteness. So basically, that's being very specific about what it is you want. Okay. And number 2, I think it was like, what amount? No, it's about money. What amount of money? Yes, baby. Yes, Titus. Number 3. Yeah, he is so spoiled. Like, he wants you hand and foot, like, come here now. The day you intend to receive that amount of money. Number 4, create a plan. Always create a business plan in detail. Create a plan. And when it comes to writing grants, you'll be a lot further than most when you write a fully detailed plan. And number 5, write. I'm on my notes too. Write a clear and concise statement of 1 through 5. I think it is what you intend to give up for that money. So I think number 2 is sacrifice. Like, what would you give up for that amount of money when it comes to yeah, I think this. Anyway, and number 1, definiteness. Definiteness. That's basically being very specific about what you want, how much money you want, right? But again, read the book. Read the book. Number 5, write a clear and concise statement of numbers 1 through 5. Okay, he's asleep. That's what he wanted. Give a deadline. Oh shit, hold on. That's that long, right? Clear, concise statement of the money of the see, I did mess up number 2. Number 2 is actually sacrifice. Number 2 is sacrifice, people. My bad. But number 5, write a clear, concise statement of the money you want. Amount, yeah. Money you want. Give a deadline for that amount you want. Write clear plan. A clear plan on what you plan on doing with the money. All right. So number 1, be very specific about what it is you want. Number 2, again, cross that out in the chat. That is sacrifice. Where are you willing to give up? Number 3, the date you intend to receive that amount of money. Number 4, create a plan. Number 5, write a clear and concise statement of the amount of money you want. Give a deadline and write a clear plan on what you plan on doing with the money. Number 6, last one, read aloud once in the morning, once before bed. affirmations, people. So I feel like I explained this in like um, one of my first sessions of the book club. Um, Maybe, I don't know. But for me, when it comes to affirmations, it's really hard. Like I can talk to myself all day, right? But I feel like when it comes to affirmations, I hold back to some certain, I don't know, I just hold back. And I feel weird looking in the mirror at myself, talking to myself. Like, I don't know. Um, and obviously, it's all mental, it's all up here. But I do understand that it's real. Affirmations are really real. And I'm trying to get better with it. I'm starting to implement it more. But it's still gonna take some time for me to really be, what's the word I'm looking for me to fully commit to it. Really, it's gonna take me a little while to fully commit to it. But I know it works. I definitely know it works. So in the chat below, when y'all replay this, let me know if you all do any affirmations. um how did you get into it? How often have you been, how often do you do it now? Just let me know what's going on. All right. And so, further into the book, the author says you need to have sufficient imagination to enable one to see and understand. Like, I don't know, hold on. So basically, you have to have an open mind. You have to have an open mind. And for a lot of us, again, who's new to the business, who's new to the game, we are unlearning a lot of behaviors, a lot of things. And so with that unlearning, we have to learn all over again as well. And so again, affirmations, being open-minded, some people may come from a religious background. They believe a certain thing until they get into the world and it's like, whoa, it's a lot going on. One second, guys. One second. All right. Well, he's asleep. That was fast. That was pretty fast. All right. So, yeah, have to have an open mind and tolerance in order for these things to work, right? All right. And so this is a quote. Well, no, this is not a quote. So basically, I was reading um some things he was saying, and basically nothing is new under the sun, especially when it comes to change. He was talking about the depression a lot, and guess where we're at now, guys? Pandemic. um Fucking war is going on, you know what I'm saying? So nothing is new. Okay, and that's why certain classics like these last for so long, because the authors understand, they understand this economy. Like, they understand what's going on in the world. Okay, they understand that everything repeats itself. Okay. Hey, hey, person who just entered. One thing I would just say, when people go live and they just see like that one person, two, three, four, five people on a live or something, they back out. Like, I don't want to be the only one in here. I don't want them to just see me. We're not in school no more, y'all. We're not in school no more. Or you gotta be like, oh man, I'm gonna just hide in the back, right? Ain't nobody gonna see me. We not in school no more, man. We not. Stop that. If you wanna come on here and wanna interact, interact. I ain't gonna pick on you the whole time. You know, I want to go to bed, you know. Believe that. So yeah. Where did I leave? That's the only thing. Like I said, when I write my own notes, it's hard. When I'm trying to decode them to other people, it's like it takes a while. All right. And so basically, during the Depression, he was saying that it was forcing people to come up with new ideas, um, new forms of a technology. Nothing to what we have now, but it definitely started um, or inspired a lot of new inventors um, during this time period, right? Because the world was changing right in front of their eyes. And so, he kind of talked about that, and I thought that was a good thing because, like I say, as we continue to grow, we all will have new ideas, and regardless of what it is that pushes you, continue forward with that. Okay, you were inspired for a reason. Keep going. Um, and he also talked about failure. Um, he also notices a pattern with a lot of successful people. Those who fail, those who are successful have failed so many times at that one thing until they got it right. So, regardless of the outcome, if you know you're fully like 100% invested, you believe in it 100%, keep going. Keep going. No one around you has to understand your plan, your idea. Okay? No one has to understand but you. You can show them like, look, this is gonna work. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. You ain't gotta say no more after that. Because even close ones, family, friends, they can ridicule. I hate even say it. They can, talk about you bad. Oh, you crazy. Oh, it ain't gonna work. Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you. But don't let that bring you down. Let that be an encouragement, so you can not prove them wrong per se, but so you can prove yourself right. Like, look, I know this is gonna work. I believe in this, and I don't care what you say. hmm So you might not even have to tell people. Honestly, you might have to work on something low key, and then when it happens, like, hey, I did that. I did that. So do not quit. Do not quit. Success does not always happen overnight. And again, these were things that I was getting or receiving from the book as I was reading. Okay. So basically, this was another quote. This was a quote in the book. Oh, okay. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. I'm gonna write that in the chat. No one ever is defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. So basically, like I say, don't quit. Do not quit. Don't fall into defeat. If it's not working, figure out what's not working and then try something else. Like, you know what, that didn't work last time. I'm gonna switch it up and see if I put this piece here, will it work? Don't accept defeat. Everything is not gonna be pretty 100%. You're not gonna get customers every time, all the time. It's not gonna always be booming, banging. It's just not. Especially in the notary space. A lot of people are saying, hey, it's getting slow, man. It's slow, man. I ain't able to make no money, man. Focus on something else. But you have to run your business like a business. You have to market continuously. You have to continue to train and discipline your mind. So, yeah. So, And then this is like towards the end of chapter 2. The author talks of his son, whom was born deaf, right? And it resonated with me because my son has autism and such, right? And I'm just reading my notes out loud. The author didn't give into the fact that his son would not ever hear or speak. Like, he didn't accept that. He was like, look, my son will be able to hear. Like, he didn't take the diagnosis for what it was. He didn't say, oh, he's going to be deaf and we're going to put him in deaf school. He never sent his son to deaf school or anything. Well, it was called deaf school back in the day. But he never sent him to school for special needs or anything like that. He put him into the mainstream classes, and he pushed his son. He decided to do research. He poured into his son with stories of belief and faith and desire. Like, he really found a way to communicate with him in order to have his son believing in himself, right? And so, the author found out that when he gets so close to him, he can actually hear, like, he can feel the vibrations and he can hear certain things. So, but it wasn't within a few weeks that he started to be able to communicate efficiently. It took some time, of course, but the author did not quit. He like, look, if you can hear a little bit, we can get you to up here. And he continued to go on. And eventually it came out with like those hearing devices, and he was able to hear. He was able to speak. And so for me, like I said, it resonated with me because what's that? What's going on? I don't know what that was. Okay. Anyways, my son, like I said, he has autism, developmentally delayed speech. Now they're saying he might have ADHD and all these things, right? And so for me, before his diagnosis, I was on my son, like, before he was 1, like, we about to learn these basics, the ABCs, your numbers, your shapes, your cut. Like, we're gonna go all out. And I did that even up until now. Like, I'm not gonna treat you any different. I'm just not. I'm going to definitely pour into you. The education is very important. I'm going to get you the resources that you need in order to thrive. He's been in ADA therapy. You can all check that out. Google it on your own. But he's in pre-K now. He'll be going to kindergarten really soon. He is excelling. He's mastering out of certain programs. And my husband and I, we are so proud of him. Like, it's not always easy, Communication is still a big thing, but it's part of it. I mean, shoot, he's still under 5, and all kids have temper tantrums. They have meltdowns. They're frustrated easily. They got a lot going on in their little bodies. They're trying to understand things, and I'm just really proud of him. And I'm going to continue to push him. I'm going to continue to pour into him. I'm going to continue to give him things he needs in order to be able to communicate, in order to be able to go and play, have a social life, He's going to be okay. Believe that. Believe that shit. He's going to be okay. So, nothing is ever out of reach. You just have to want it bad enough in order to get it. That's it. All right. So again, chapter 3, I'm not going to go into this full on. You all read that. Please read it. And I'm not going to lie, in the beginning of the book, the author even says, read the book on just read 1 chapter per week. Don't try to do more than, because it's a lot to digest. It's a lot to, to take on. And I definitely understood what he was saying. So it takes longer, yes. But if you're able to read it, digest, and keep going, go ahead and do that. But for me, I had to take a break. I I took a break. So these are just a few things that I got from chapter 3. They're not quotes or anything. It's just what I got from it. All right, repetition of affirmations or orders. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to decode my damn thoughts. My notes and okay. Repetition of affirmation or orders. I wrote that twice. To your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion faith. And so I say again, he goes very detailed into faith and what it is and what it can mean. Read it for yourself. And so basically, he talks about the subconscious. So whatever you believe to be true will come true for you. It can be negative. Oh man, I'm part of my environment. I ain't gonna ever get out of here. This is just my life. This is just what it is. And a person can believe that. We see it often. You are, whatever you are, what you believe, right? But when it comes to being positive, like, what, I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna be able to, buy a house for our family. My kids can play football or something. Like, when you start believing things will come true. It's just what it is, right? It's up to you to change your mindset in order to achieve the things or the life that you want. It's always up to you. Excuse me. It's always up to you. And like I said, going back to like the affirmations, my bad. Going back to the affirmations, when you continuously repeat something, it becomes part of you. Again, you start to believe it. You start to feel it like, you know what? I'm getting this. I'm going to get that. That's going to be my life. Right? So continue to believe in your dreams, believe in yourself. Continue to remove yourself from things and people that don't do you any good. Excuse me. Excuse me. You might be alone during these periods, but you have to have faith that and I'm not going to get into like religion or anything like that, but when you start to grow, you will outgrow people and places and things. And like I said, you'll hit that lonely part, that lonely ceiling. You're like, damn, it's lonely here. But you will eventually start to meet, as you start to network and expand your business, expand your mind. You will start to meet people who's on your wavelength, who's on your level. Okay. But again, you have to continue to grow. You have to. And since I've been on this entrepreneurial journey, businesswoman, I've met some people. I haven't really felt loneliness before until sometime last year. I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever felt loneliness before, for real. And so I was trying to process that. And but I had to understand, like, what, this is a part of just life, period. You have to still learn how to pivot. You still got to do what you got to do, regardless of who's there and who's not, right? But I've been meeting some really good people along the way. I'm praying that I can still go to this conference this year. Not the Notary conference or nothing like that, but just go to a conference. And and continue to market, continue to see, meet new people and open my mind up to new things and to what's out there. So anything's possible, basically. Anything is possible. You just have to have the burning desire in order to go get it, in order to achieve it. And honestly, I think this is why I didn't finish the book the first 2 times, because I feel like this is going to be the basis of the book throughout. And so for me, it's hard for me to for me to read the same thing over and over and over. Repetition is something I don't really do well with when it comes to books. So we'll see. But if it is repetition throughout this book, I'm gonna have to speed it up. You got to be done with this in like a week. But we'll see. So next week, chapter 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Chapters 4 and 5. We're gonna get it done. Please read your books, read along, even if you all don't tap in, even if you all don't comment in the box below. Make sure you read for yourself. Make sure you're reading, you're digesting it, you're understanding it, and you can actually put these things to work. So I've been on here for a good little minute, and my baby's asleep, and so that means it's time for me to go to bed too. I'm starting to wake up around 4 in the morning. It's been a struggle though lately. It's been a struggle, but I'm trying to discipline myself to wake up early, make sure I do the things I need to do in the morning so that if anything's to pop up, I'm available. I can be flexible. I don't have to worry about, oh man, I gotta do this. I ain't gonna be able to get that done. So all that good stuff. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. Y'all have fun. Y'all be cool out there because it's starting to warm up outside. Y'all be careful. Have fun. Have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. RP Pops. Peace.